What Bernie's talking about has appeal across ages. Even Republicans like some of these proposals. They start to get it.
Yeah. So in 2018 in Ohio, we have a governor's race, and my friend Councilwoman Tara Samples ran with Dennis Kucinich. I helped their campaign. We saw what happened when they elected a moderate, boring milquetoast Democrat in Richard Cordray. We know that he was going to lose. It didn't excite anybody. We lost the whole ticket, all statewide races. We picked up a couple judges, but for the most part, the Ohio Democrats got beat by a moderate. And we can't just, like you said, we had all of these moderate candidates that keep coming up and keep losing. We need to be bold. We need to give people a reason to come out to vote. There's a reason people came out to vote in 2008 for Barack Obama, because they wanted health care. They believed in his message of yes, we can. As soon as he started taking that turn to the right, what happened? We lost the House. Turnout was down. We lost tons of seats all over the country because people didn't believe that what they were told, this yes we can, we're going to have health care, and it didn't happen. It just killed everybody. So we got to be bold. We got to fight. We can't compromise on some things. So
by the way, it's getting lost in the chaos of impeachment and the caucus and coronavirus. Trump just added 6 countries. He just added 6 countries to the do not fly list, mostly Muslim and brown countries. So the stakes are very high for you, your family, your wife. So thank you for talking to us. Appreciate it. Absolutely.
Keep it up, man. Thank you so
much. Thank you.
Appreciate
it. So all I hear from very, very privileged, out of touch pundits in studios in New York and D.C. is, well, you can't win Ohio with a radical, socialist. We need a moderate. And I say, but wait a minute. I covered the campaign in 2016. I was at rallies for Trump in Ohio and Michigan and Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. Sorry to tell you, it was not Putin, it was NAFTA. He had them at NAFTA. Yes. So to me, these areas of the country that you're from, some of these blocks look like an episode of The Walking Dead. Closed down plants, closed down storefronts.
Third world countries is what they look like. And I tell you, Ohio is primed for Senator Sanders to win this. In 2018, I ran for lieutenant governor with former Congressman Dennis Kucinich. Dennis Kucinich is the only person as progressive as Senator Sanders. And we went through that community. We talked to people who supported Trump, who now want something different because they feel like promises were broken. And those are the people that we're making those contacts with and having those conversations with. Those are people who are now have a Sanders sign in their yard. So they understand what it's going to take to see this small business farmer to be able to, to bring his farmhouse back up to the way it was instead of these big conglomerates that they're putting in all of these rural areas. And it only happens when you elect somebody like Senator Sanders. You can't elect someone and think they're going to care about people when all their donors are corporations and big donors.
And also, the media is hiding this. This is really, really a big deal, but the media won't talk about it. Donald Trump, there was an audio tape where he was with Lev Parnas, this Rudy Giuliani's associate. Whatever, after they were done being corrupt about that, Donald Trump was talking about the 2016 election. And he said, actually, the only person I was worried about that Hillary Clinton might pick as vice president was Bernie Sanders. And he said, because he's been right on trade, and Donald Trump, he's a despicable man, but he's a smart politician, knew trade is one of the top issues because you're talking about people's livelihoods that people used to be able to afford, to support their family. You could have 2 cars. Maybe both of you didn't have to work all the time, both parents. Their jobs were sent to other countries. So it seems like Trump is scared of him based on the tape. But the media says, these super PACs are saying a socialist won't win in Michigan and Wisconsin.
Let's back up a little bit. They keep calling him a socialist. Let's talk about party affiliation here really quick before I cap off here.
Preach.
Mike Bloomberg was a Republican mayor who supported George Bush, spoke at the RNC, was one of their keynote speakers, supported the war. Now he's a Democrat running for president who the DNC just took money from to allow him on the stage that you told Booker, Harris, Gabbard, and Castro they didn't qualify for. Elizabeth Warren used to be a Republican. she's a Democrat now. So why is it okay that these individuals all switched parties, and it's okay that we're out here supporting them and that our DNC is supportive of them, but you guys keep saying, well, he's not a Democrat, he's not a Democrat. You know what? He's a people person, and that's what matters to us. He cares about people. No one cares whether he's an independent or a Democrat. What we know is he cares about people, and he's never been a Republican like some of the other ones running.
So it's like, whether the Republicans sabotage it or not, the point is, I was interviewing an older gentleman yesterday who's a moderate. He's on Medicare. Yep. I wish I would have asked him, like, why should you have Medicare but I shouldn't? Right. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. Yeah. Why should you have it but I shouldn't? We're all Americans. So it seems like that. My father, for example, God bless you, loves Trump. Loves Trump. Really? He's a little deranged, but he loves Trump. Yeah. So but when I speak with him, like on the issues, he actually leans progressive. Yeah. And I'm like, stop watching Fox News for 10 days, and we'll do intensive therapy, because he's not so against the whole universal health care. So I think there is a lot of Trump voters, like you're saying, that are open to it. You need to speak their language.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Getting there is not going to be easy, but we have to come together and fight. And I think that the progressive movement is just every single day it's consolidating more and more, and we're doing a really great job. I feel so good about, what I have come to from the age of 22 when I started getting into politics to now. I've been watching stuff every day, following all the time, talking to every person I see. I wear these Bernie earrings to work all the time. Old people come in, and I work as a counter service restaurant. I talk to people, and I just feel I don't know. It's really important to me that I keep talking about it, even if it's just in my town. Or, because I'm from Lawrence, so that's it's the, little bit of blue and a sea of red. We're the little island, so it's a lot easier to, get like-minded people in that town. But like I said, when I go out of the town, it feels good to at least be a part of it, so.
Final question. There's a lot of people watching that are a little nervous because the DNC looks like it's up to its old tricks, They're changing the requirements for Michael Bloomberg.
Yep.
So, and a lot of people are worried just even on the night of. I mean, Bernie's campaign is very, very organized this time around, but they're worried, it's like, how do you trust that lover that cheated on you, What do you think? Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen, but what are the volunteers you're speaking to, and how do you feel? Even if he wins, it seems like he's got to win by a lot just to overcompensate for whatever they try to do to cheat.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. But the volunteers here have been amazing, and every single person that I've met has just been I don't know. I guess I do agree that we do need to but I don't think we have to win by a lot. We just need to get that voter turnout, and it's yes, young people do need to get out and caucus, canvass, and work really hard for it. But I mean, winning now is just the start of what we need to continue to win. We need to get, in Congress, we need to get more progressives. We have to fight for everyone locally. Everyone needs to get out and vote in their home cities every time an election comes around. But yeah, the volunteers that I've met have been so amazing and just positive and working really hard, canvassing all day long. Every day they've been here, it's incredible. I mean, the doors have been knocked 4 times over, you know what I mean? People got sent home early yesterday, so. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
I don't even know. These days are long for me too. But thank you very much. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, what that tells me is generally Iowans want authenticity. They want to know that whoever's running is doing this for the right reasons, that their heart is in it. Whether the policies matter, and it looks to me like Iowans' policies are getting solidified more and more and more in the progressive direction. If you add the Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren polling numbers together here in Iowa, it's pretty clear that the majority of Democrats that are here in Iowa want a progressive candidate.
Right. And let me ask you, because a lot of people that are going around, I mean, I met at a Biden event yesterday, a nice woman who basically was just like, well, I think we need moderates to beat Trump. And, I just think we need moderates. Yeah. But then when I was like, how's moderate President Kerry working out for you and moderate President Hillary Clinton, she kind of turned. So it seems like people are starting to realize that, like, it's not so radical, like, just to be like every other country and provide health care and these kind of things. What's the response you've been getting to your message here?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, I realize this is not a scientific poll, but we had the Iowa Youth Straw Poll that came out last week, and we won at 32% of the vote, and 85% of the kids who took that poll are eligible to vote in this election. They were older high school kids. We won overwhelmingly by 1,400 votes with 32% of the vote, and the next two people down, who are more moderate centrist, 19%, 19%. So, I mean, we really did very, very well. We seem to be doing extremely well among, college-age voters and stuff, and this is the country's future. And our country won't have a future if we keep going the way we are with the climate. I don't understand why we don't have a universal healthcare system yet in this country. It's absolutely appalling that in a nation this wealthy, that anyone here would die from rationing insulin, or would die because they put off going to a doctor because they can't afford the deductible or they can't afford their copay, and on and on. And we just have no excuse for that other than greed. And we can change it, but until we get more people who are willing to stand up in the U.S. Senate and stand up in Congress and fight for basic fundamental human rights like health care for Americans, it's not going to change. So that's why I'm running.
And I want to talk about Green New Deal, because Iowa's been really hit with the climate crisis here. People's farms, the Midwest had real bad flooding last year. So even farmers and even Republicans are starting to realize, like, no, this is a real thing and we need to do something. To my knowledge, Joni Ernst is not exactly like on board with this Green New Deal.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, if anything, I think they just make fun of it, or they say it'll cost too much or something, without actually talking about the cost of not doing anything is the real cost. And this was the Green New Deal, if we're able to pass all the pieces of legislation to enact it, which is a lot of people don't really know. They think the Green New Deal is some kind of law, just for the benefit of those who might not know. It's not a law. It's a resolution that just says basically a roadmap. Here's where we need to go, and here's the time by which we need to get there. We better get going. And we've got to get there. I mean, I have a 20-year-old son, and he's one of the main reasons that I'm running for office, because what's his life going to be like if we keep on the course that we're on? We're going to have a bunch of sick people, not only because they can't have health care, but because the environment is unhealthy as well. Yeah.
When's do you have the primary coming up?
Yeah, well, it's June 2nd, so we have 4 months, basically, yeah.
All right, folks, I got nothing left. I'm going to go eat, have a cocktail. Thank you for watching. We will be back tomorrow. I think we're going to follow some more Bernie volunteers as they canvass just a few hours before the caucus. And then tomorrow night, we will definitely be at the, might be a victory party, might not, but we will be there tomorrow night to show you the results, show you the energy. And this is a really big election. And as a journalist, you can't really ask for anything more. I mean, the energy here, I hope we're showing you it through the camera, through the live stream. It's just incredible. Really an honor to be here and to do this. And I thank all of you who have been watching, sharing, liking, super chatting, and of course, one more last call. Join us as a member, statuscoup.com/join. And if you're joining us as a member now, go check it out, because we're posting behind-the-scenes photos. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com, where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.